Good night, Professor, and good night to my classmates. Growing up, I have heard the term plea bargain on television. Shows such as Matlock and CSI have introduced this word to me. A plea bargain is a mutual correspondence between the defendant and the prosecutor. The defendant agrees to plead guilty in exchange for an agreement by the prosecutor to drop or reduce charges to a less or serious offense. A plea bargain is valid only when these components are present: knowing of waiver rights, a voluntary waiver, and factual basis to support the charges in which the defendant is pleading to. About 90% of criminal cases end in a plea agreement so that the case is not taken to trial. Plea bargains are usually presented in misdemeanor cases. Defendants want to settle the matter, especially if there is strong evidence against them. To avoid harsh punishment, they enter this plea bargain. In the plea bargaining, the judge has no say during the process, but the judge is the one who approves or denies the reduced time discussed between the two parties. The plea bargain is beneficial as it gives individuals a second chance. Sometimes a crime was done without thinking, so instead of going to jail for long years, the defendant can shorten his or her years in jail. It can also be no good for someone who was framed and has to do jail either way. Sometimes people are wrongly convicted but has no way of proving their innocence, so they must take best of the worst scenario given. Thank you. Have a good night.